for this particular event, we have a prize money which is unprecedented in the history of online chess. We have players again, which are unprecedented. The field is the toughest because that offers the top 10 players of the world as per their classical rating. And the name of the event is FTX Crypto Cup. Now, on this tour, which offers 1.5 million US dollars over 9 months, these events practically happen once every month. And this will culminate with a finale, which will offer 300,000 US dollars. Now, for that, to qualify for that, people will have to either win an event, a major event on the tour, or garner enough points to be among the top few people.
Not only the biggest prize money event, but also I think the highest average rating tournament, I believe.
Yes.
A close tournament with the average rating of 2,763.
Yeah,
I think
massive,
that has been a strongest tournament.
Yeah.
And with top 10 players from the classical list playing, I think it's most it's going to be a unique tournament in itself. And that's why everybody is interested in this, because there are a lot of questions in mind of a common player, I mean, including grandmasters.
Yes.
That what is going to be the future of this World Championship later in the year, and we are going to see a sort of mini prospects of the World Championship could reflect in the next 3 months in this Carlsen's Meltwater Chess Tour, and crypto is of course a part of that. So I'm looking forward to a very, very interesting battle since maybe last couple of years, I must say.
This is such a classy field, and you have kept track of the entire tour so far. Now, what are your expectations from the league stage of this event? Now, allow me to just explain it briefly, that the players, there are 16 players in the field, they play each one once. That means there'll be a 15 round robin kind of a thing spread over the first 3 days. And that will eliminate 8 players. That means it will leave 8 players in the field. The players who finish from 9th to the 16th, they'll be eliminated. So, Praveen, what is your take on this?
Well, I think the almost sure to qualify, one must say, of course, Carlsen and Nepomniachtchi and Anish Giri, because of their excellent forms, I must say.
Yeah.
And thereafter, I think it's quite wide open, because other players haven't been very consistent, and this is a very tough tournament, and one game here and there could matter a lot. So in my opinion, these three, we can say that these three are going to qualify, and perhaps Wesley So probably, but Nepomniachtchi and Anish Giri for sure, because they've been doing well, and Carlsen, I think probably he's on the way to be the all-time great, the all-time great, I think.
Absolutely, and we are going to talk more about Magnus as we just go along. Now, I want to just ask you one thing about Wesley So. You said that, of course, he has shown form, but he's not among your list of certainties, as you said. But Wesley has won 2 out of the 5 events so far. Till the other day, he was at the top of the top of the charts before he was dislodged by Magnus. Now, my question to you is, what makes Wesley So such a challenging opponent to Magnus Carlsen?
Well, I think Wesley So is a very great player. Unfortunately, I'm not able to grasp all his facets. I must say that, because a few years back he played a match against Kasparov, and he beat Kasparov very easily. And Kasparov himself said that it looked like classics from the 19th century. So Kasparov was loser, and he said that it looked like classics from the 19th century. So surely, So is a great player with regard to classics and attack and its sense of initiative.
Yeah.
And some of his moves I'm not able to understand. So I will yet not grasp his style. But
Okay.
there's something very great about him.
Okay.
And his attacking style, particularly when he gets kingside attack, I think he is able to find the best move, which is almost impossible to tackle even to an all-time great like Kasparov. So, in my opinion, this was something hidden, which which plays a very important role. And I'm sure that he's the toughest opponent, even from the perspective of Magnus Carlsen, because somehow Wesley is a player who doesn't have a clear-cut style. He plays like engine in some ways, and is straight up to the opponent's king, and didn't go into the slow positional battle. So I think that's a great asset. I think it's such a rapid tournament. And of course, being in America, I think there could be some advantages of better internet as well. So which could play a very important role
faster,
in
obviously, absolutely. And also, if I were to ask you, do you have, out of these 8 probable people who are likely to be in the last 8, do you have a dark horse in mind? Anybody who will be a surprise element? Not anybody is. I mean, probably nobody expects.
But again, surprise element to me would be, I think, MVL, because MVL has been more successful than perhaps his show.
Okay.
But I think Peter Schwindler can't be ignored. I think Peter Schwindler is not the same age as these youngsters. Peter Schwindler is much elder.
Much older.
And his peak was maybe 15 years or 20 years ago, but 15 years ago for sure. But Peter Schwindler can't be ignored, because I think he has been playing quite well recently. And I'll not be surprised if he gets into these 8, because I think that's a real possibility.
Yeah. See, now allow me to just explain it a bit to my viewers here. MVL, when he said he's a French player, his name is Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, and he is currently ranked 2nd in the rapid ratings, just behind Magnus Carlsen. So as far as his skills in the rapid play goes, his rating says it all. However, his form hasn't been very good. He hasn't been very consistent. And that is why Praveen has picked him as one of the players who can break into the top 8. And the second one is Peter Schwindler, who has won the Russian championship multiple times. And he's still considered a threat. I recall last year, he was commentating, and then he was picked from the commentator's box to play in the Legend of Legend event, which was like Legends of Chess event, where Anand, Kramnik, and a lot of big players played that event. And Peter Schwindler made it to the semi-finals. So Praveen has his reasons behind these 2 choices. And now we move ahead a little further. And this is where I want to ask Praveen, why is it that Carlsen has not been able to match by any of his contemporaries? I mean, whether we have seen Blitz, Rapid, Classical, of course, he is the world champion without a doubt. And also when we see the online platform, the compulsions of the time and everything that you have, still he comes out stronger, and he's very consistent, because this is for our viewers, that so far in every single event that we have had on the tour, Magnus Carlsen has topped the league. So that's how good he is. So I want to ask Praveen, why is it that nobody has been able to match him so far?
Well, I had an opportunity of watching Carlsen when he became the first time. I was in Chennai, I watched tournament, and I watched the interviews. I think he's a person who doesn't reveal his cards. That's one of the important things. What he knows about his opponent, what he thinks about his opponent, he's never making it very clear. And the depth of his thinking level, or depth of his knowledge of his opponent, is something always missing. When we were speculating about that, what would be his strategy, he always surprised us with something new, which we didn't know about. So there are so many facets of his personality and style then, which he was not revealing. And his knowledge of opponent he never reveals. He gives cryptic replies, and he makes you to work out. And the opponents are not able to understand him at all. I mean, what he's aiming at. Okay, strategically we look at a plan and everything is obvious, but he plays something which is bad, which is known to be bad, and yet there is something hidden about it. The very first game of Anand match, I think we just felt that Anand was in a much better position, but the game ended in a draw, and when we analyzed the competitors, the engines, then we estimate that as roughly equal. So something which is probably not known to the strategy,
Yeah.
It's beyond the knowledge of the existing strategy, we say chess strategy.
Yeah.
He's able to do that, and that I think nobody is able to do that. So somehow his moves remain very sort of unpredictable and difficult to reply.
Okay. And now we know that Magnus Carlsen begins as the firm favorite tournament after tournament. But here, over the next few days, Praveen, if I were to ask you, besides Magnus Carlsen, who will be that second player whom you think that he'll be a pretty good contender among the rest of the people to take that title away from Magnus Carlsen?
Well, this particular event, I think it can be only probably Nepomniachtchi and Anish Giri. Anish Giri for his good form these days.
Yeah.
And one name I can't rule out because Hugo had been world Blitz champion. So although he's not in great form, but if he's playing Carlsen in the finals, then something is possible, because in 5 minutes I think he's as strong as Carlsen, as he has proven many times. So he's able to reach that level. If he's able to reach the finals, then probably he could be a dangerous opponent as well. But 15 minutes he is not so strong, and I am afraid that he could be eliminated earlier. With regards to the main event, I think Carlsen is way behind in the Grand Prix points, and there probably it's going to be very difficult for anybody except this four. I think Wesley So and Nepomniachtchi and Anish Giri. Nobody is going to make it to that, and he's going to start with better bonus points in the finals. But here I look forward to a very interesting match between Nepomniachtchi and Carlsen particularly. I'm sure they will play some time, and they will not be revealing what they want to play for the World Championship.
Absolutely.
So that's why I think that's going to be very interesting. What they want to hide from each other and what they want to project. That's, I think,
very true. Very, very nice observation there. Praveen, what makes you think that Nakamura is not among the contenders as per your assessment? Because let's not forget that he played Magnus Carlsen in the final of the last event rather.
I think Nakamura is a very great player, and he is always a tough opponent to Carlsen. I mean, he always makes it interesting, and in Blitz he is very strong as well. But I think that his peak was probably between 2013 to 2017 or 2018, and I personally believe that he has a style which is somewhat susceptible. He is not as sound as others. He is willing to take more risk, and he plays riskier, and the chance of his being eliminated is always more, because he is very resourceful, but he is a player who really plays risky, and with increasing age, I think he is elder than others, and he is probably on a slightly downward trend. So there's possibility that he could qualify, but with Nepomniachtchi and Giri playing, I think there's a chance that he could be eliminated by these players. So that's what I look forward to. I look basically at Nepomniachtchi coming to the final.
You can follow it on the host broadcasters, but what we have done for our Sportstar viewers is that you can just log into our website, and you will get the feed from Chessbase India. So you don't have to go to different sites. You can see sports news as well as the action from the event. So that's all from me now, and thank you so much for watching.